The Cabinet of Japan is the executive branch of the government of Japan. It consists of the Prime Minister, who is appointed by the Emperor after being designated by the National Diet, and up to 19 other members, called Ministers of State. The Prime Minister is designated by the Diet, and the remaining ministers are appointed and dismissed by the Prime Minister. The Cabinet is collectively responsible to the Diet and must resign if a motion of no confidence is adopted by the Diet. Under the Constitution, Cabinet ministers are appointed after the selection of the Prime Minister. A majority of the Cabinet, including the Prime Minister, must be members of the Diet, and all members must be civilians. Under the Cabinet law, the number of Cabinet ministers must be 14 or less, but this may be increased to 19 if a special need arises. In the event that the Cabinet collectively resigns, it continues to exercise its functions until the appointment of a new Prime Minister. While they are in office, legal action may not be taken against Cabinet ministers without the consent of the Prime Minister. The Cabinet must resign en masse in the following circumstances. The Cabinet exercises two kinds of power. Some of its powers are nominally exercised by the Emperor with the binding advice and approval of the Cabinet. Other powers are explicitly vested in the Cabinet. Contrary to the practice in many constitutional monarchies, the Emperor is not even the nominal chief executive. Instead, the Constitution explicitly vests executive authority in the Cabinet. Hence, nearly all of the day-to-day work of governing is done by the Cabinet. In practice, much of the Cabinet's authority is exercised by the Prime Minister. Under the Constitution, the Prime Minister exercises control and supervision over the executive branch, and no law or Cabinet order can take effect without the Prime Minister's counter-signature. While Cabinet ministers in most other parliamentary democracies theoretically have some freedom of action, the Japanese Cabinet is effectively an extension of the Prime Minister's authority. According to Article 75 of the Constitution, ministers of state are not subject to legal action without the consent of the Prime Minister during their tenure of office. The members of the current Cabinet of Japan, headed by the Liberal Democratic Party lawmaker Yoshihide Suga as of the 18th of February 2021, are as follows.